Hey everyone, Jen Appleberry here with Appleberry's Attic Craft Studio, and today I am so excited to bring you a tutorial that I know you're going to love. These are our No Sew Gnomes. These gnomes are probably, like I said, one of our most popular projects, and I love them because they're so darn easy to make, and chances are you might even have the material to make these right at home. So let's go ahead and get started on how to make a no-sew gnome just out of rice and a couple socks, okay? Now, chances are if you got this at our walk-in workshop, we sent you home with all of the materials to make this, okay? So you're gonna have your sock with rice, and you're gonna have your 2 additional socks, which is the hat and the pants. So let's go ahead and tell you how to put all of this together or make it from home. So I'm starting off with a white sock. This is the sock that is the body of the gnome, okay? You will bring in 2 additional socks for 3 socks total. 1 is the body, 1 is the hat, 1 is the pants. So let's first start off with the body sock. I'm gonna go ahead and work with 2 cups of rice. I would say, when I say cups, I'm not necessarily meaning like 8 ounces. You can work with 8 to 10 ounces, but it's gonna be 1 full cup of rice like this, and you need 2 of them. When I'm filling my sock with rice, I like to go ahead and stretch out that top, flip it over the cup, and then kind of tamp the rice down like this, okay? It's gonna be way too tricky to try and like hold that sock open and pour the rice in there. It's a lot easier to go ahead and do this method. But make sure that you tamp that rice down and not just pull the cup off. Otherwise, you're gonna have like a confetti rice party, okay? So tamp all that rice down to the bottom of the sock, making sure that it's all the way down there. And then you'll go ahead at this point, take a 2nd cup of rice, fill it in. And then once you've got 2 cups of rice in there, you're then gonna take a clear rubber band. Now, whether this is a clear hair tie, a rubber band, really any kind of rubber band or hair tie you can work with. And I'm gonna go ahead and just take it and go around the top, rubber banding and closing the sock shut, okay? Now, a lot of people will ask at this point, Jen, why did you stop at 2 cups? I feel like I have more room in my sock for some additional rice. And the problem is that you don't want the sock to feel so stuffed with rice that there's no movement. We need some fluidity and movement in this rice so that we can reach down in and pull out the nose, okay? So once I've got it all set with my 2 cups of rice, it looks like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and move on to showing you how to take, how to pull a nose out of the gnome. So I'm working with the toe line, that line that goes across the sock. I'm gonna go ahead and lay that parallel with me and lay it down kind of almost like a loaf of bread. Once I've got it here, I'm gonna take 2 clear rubber bands, get them on your right hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm starting with my right hand. And with your left hand, you're gonna kind of dig in there and pull out a round, kind of a clump or a ball of rice. And then I'm gonna take that rubber band and secure it like so. Now this is really fun because at this point, you can really kind of play with and decide the size of your nose. If you want it smaller, grab less rice. If you want it bigger, grab more. Really just dependent on the size of nose you want. Once I've got those clear rubber bands around, I'm actually gonna take probably 2 more and just put them right over it again, acting as just an extra security. In case one of those were to pop, I wanna make sure that the nose is secure. And there you have it. The body of the gnome is all set, and now he's ready to get dressed, okay? This is where the 2 additional socks come in, 3 socks total. You're gonna go ahead and do 1 sock for his hat and 1 sock for his pants. Now, I've already got this sock. It's a shorter, kind of a booty sock, because I love the pairing of these colors. Let's talk about socks, okay? So while you're working with socks, you can certainly work with the traditional, you know, kind of that stretchy cottony nylon sock fabric. This is gonna be totally fine to work with, great for the pants. You could use it for the hat. But I also wanna show you that these fuzzy socks, you know, these fuzzy, kind of slippery socks, these ones make such good gnomes because, well, they're soft and fluffy, so they add texture and dimension, but they also just have a really good stretch to them. So I love working with the fluffy socks when it comes to the gnome, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and have our 2 socks ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and find the sock that is his pants, okay? So if this is his pants, I'm gonna take this sock, take my scissors, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right at the heel, just like so. take that top part, throw it away off to the side. And now see how I've got that smaller, like an ankle or a booty sock? This is going to be his pants that we get him dressed with. This is gonna be the hat, and this is gonna be the stocking cap sock we work with. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna tag this one back in because, well, that's just prettier. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, with the heel in the back, I'm gonna work this sock onto the gnome, okay? These are his pants. So I'm gonna pull the sock right up to the bottom of his nose and then go all the way up the back, okay? Just like so. Second sock, or I guess third if we're counting the body sock. This third sock, this one I do not need to cut. This one we're gonna keep the full sock. And what I like to do at this point is I like to stretch it, okay? This sock is going to be his stocking cap. So we want it to look more flowy like a stocking cap and less like a sock, okay? So stretch it out, give it some nice fluidity and motion. And then again, working with the heel towards the back of the gnome. Stand him up, it's easier to work with. Okay, heel towards the back. And I'm gonna go ahead and dress him with his hat. So pull the bottom of that sock all the way down to the bottom or the base of the gnome. And then that sock is gonna go right on the top of his nose, okay? Now at this point, you're gonna see me kind of hold right above his nose, and I'm gonna kind of start to pull and work on that sock to get it to look a little bit more like a stocking cap, okay? So pull it and let it lay down, and pull it and let it lay down, okay? If it comes up, just pull it down a little bit more. And so what we're trying to do again is get that fluid motion of a hat. Now this is a good time to point out that rice is actually really easy to manipulate in this form. And so if you want your gnome to be like tall and kind of have like a cone head shape to him, look at how cute this is, you guys. That is easy to be done. But if you say, you know what, Jen, I actually think that I like my gnome to be a little bit shorter and chubbier. There you go, ladies. Pretty easy, right? So we've got a cute, chubby little gnome, or you can do a tall gnome. But either way, the gnome at this point is dressed, and so the gnome is now going to need to be finished with those finishing pieces. So in my opinion, gnomes just really aren't gnomes without a beard, right? That's what they're classically known for. So at this point, I'm going to tag in and show you the Gnome Beard Fur, okay? So this is fur that you have either gotten in your kit with us at Appleberry's Attic, or you can find this at your local craft store. You're just looking for a nice, furry, thick fabric. They have it in all sorts of different colors, whether it be pink or gray or white or brown. Choose whichever color you want. And then you're gonna cut out a square. This is no bigger than, oh, I would say a couple inches, probably 3 inches by 2 inches. So it doesn't need to be a big square. And then what I'm going to do, I'm gonna lay it, flip it over like so. And then I'm gonna take it and fold it in half. Grab your scissors, and then on the folded part, let's show you that one more time. Fold it like so. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna cut kind of like a quarter circle. And in doing so, when I open it up, see, I got that shape. And that to me looks very reminiscent of this guy right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is do a little hot glue on this side and on this side, and we're gonna glue that beard right to the gnome, okay? I've already got one here, magic of TV, tagged in and ready. You can see that I've rounded the end of my beard. This again is where that personality of that gnome starts to come to life. So if you want your beard to be maybe pointed, longer, shorter, rounded, really you get to choose, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and we have to adjust the socks a little bit because the beard is going to be glued right to the body sock. So pull this sock up, this one down. Okay, take in our favorite gun of choice, the trusty hot glue gun. Add a glob of glue on this side, glob of glue on that side. And now, being very careful because hot glue is hot, we're just gonna go ahead and glue that beard right to the white body sock. Make sure it fits kind of snug down under his nose so you don't see the raw edge. And then once it's secured, adjust those socks to get him all nice and dressed again. And ladies, there you have it. Look at this cutie. I think this is the cutest little gnome. Okay, now let's talk about, remember how I said earlier about a personality? This is where that gnome gets to take on his or her personality. So it's really cute right here, but I also feel like by adding a couple different elements, you can either give it more of a personality or you can decorate it for a specific season or holiday, okay? So think about adding a Easter egg or some bunny ears, and this is gonna be a super cute thing for spring and Easter. Think about adding maybe a sprig of greens like holly or berries, and that's gonna be really cute for Christmas. Maybe you wanna add a heart for Valentine's Day. Either way, you get the gist. They're so cute and fun to decorate. Here's a few options that we've got here. So at this point, if you wanted to, this girl here, she could maybe get like a floral piece to her hat. Maybe you wanna do a pom-pom to glue right to the bottom of the hat. Or this guy right here, see how he has a wood button and some greenery? I really love all of the different ways that you can decorate them because they're so darn cute and easy. Let's show you, look at that set. Isn't that cute? Speaking of that, as a set, they're even more adorable. So whether you make one or, well, 3, we love making these because they're so easy, they're so fun for holidays. Heck, even the kids can make them. So we hope that you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Again, like we said, rice and socks, guys. That's all it takes to make these really cute No Sew Gnomes. We can't wait to see what you're gonna create and all the personality that will come to life with these cuties. All right, y'all, happy crafting.